We won. We won. They are the two words that you need to remember. Manchester City have just won 4-3 against Real Madrid in one of the most phenomenal Champions League semi-finals that you will ever see on a night in football. It was absolutely incredible. A wonderful game of football. And for some people, it feels like a loss. But once again, City just beat Real Madrid 4-3. And I know you wanted more, some of you people. And I know you may feel a bit deflated. But I can't do that. I simply cannot sit here and be deflated after a game of football that astonishingly good. We just went head to head with Champions League royalty, punch to punch, toe to toe, and came out 4-3 on top. And I know you can turn around and say that Real Madrid aren't what they used to be, but ultimately they are where they are right now because of that heritage, because of that inbuilt belief, because of that DNA. And these things do matter when you get to this stage of the competition. That self-belief that you get from that proud history, it does matter in these games. And even though Man City are a better team these days, it was that little bit of quality that kept them in this tie. So ultimately, all you can do on a night like this is just enjoy the truths and the facts. And so ultimately, City are going into this tie in better shape than Madrid. We are 4-3 up on aggregate, and I am very happy and very proud of this team. Of course, we can ruin missed chances, and of course, the fact that the tie isn't dead. But ultimately, once again, how often does that really happen? How often do you see teams batter another team in the Champions League semi-final? It rarely happens, and it rarely happens for a reason. Because it isn't that simple. Football is not that simple. Tonight, I just want to celebrate an incredible game of football, a roller coaster of football, and just talk about how far Man City have actually come. I can't sit here and pretend to be sad. I am not sad. I have witnessed a special game of football, and once again, another excellent performance from Manchester City. Weaknesses aside, which there were some, still, City were brilliant and answered so many more critics and people saying that City don't belong at this level. Of course we do. We are fantastic here, and we are very much part of this competition. And this is a game in previous years that we would have lost. We know we would have lost this. So we need to remember that and hold on to these positives. Tonight, City were fantastic. They created countless chances. They scored 4 very good goals. We were very, very good going forward. We could have had more maybe as well. But when you score 4 goals, the forwards have really done their job ultimately. You need to remember that. The forwards did do their job tonight. They did as much as you can reasonably expect them to do in a semi-final. If you score 4, yeah, you maybe want 6. Maybe you want to try and get 7. But those things don't happen at this level for a reason. They rarely happen at this level of the Champions League because, you know, football isn't that simple. Like, pressure, momentum, the balance of a game. Teams just miss chances every now and then. That's very normal in football. I think the thing really for us is that we conceded 3. That is the biggest mistake, really. Not taking the chances is not great, but I think ultimately the fact that they scored 3 goals, that is the big letdown for us. But it can happen. City, once again, are learning to be at this level. And I do think Man City are still favourites to go through. Real Madrid do have that pedigree, of course, and they do have people like Benzema and Vinicius, and when they've got them on the pitch, they can do something. But we need to remember the circumstances. Let's go through all their goals. The first one is just a world-class finish, in my opinion, from a world-class player, a player that could even win the Ballon d'Or at the moment. Benzema is in the form of his life. And to be honest, Zinchenko wasn't particularly untight on him either. It was just a wonderful finish. Maybe he could have been a little bit tired, but it was a wonderful finish from a wonderful player. The second, well, that comes because we have Oldman Fernandinho playing at right back against one of the most informed wingers in world football, in Vinicius. And he did well. A wonderful goal from a terrible bit of defending. The third goal is just sort of unlucky. Laporte doesn't do much wrong other than head the ball and it hits his own hand. I don't even know if the rules even say that's a handball anymore or whatever. All I do know is that in football, I don't like to see them given, and I'm not saying it because of the City thing. I think if you jump, your arms go up, and if you head the ball into your own arm, I mean, like, what are you really stopping there? What are you really infringing? What are you really doing wrong? You didn't mean to do that. Of course you didn't mean to do that. I mean, whoever it was challenging, their arms were up as they jumped for the ball too. Is it that the defenders can't have their arms up? And I don't get that. You're punishing a defender for having your arm up. It just seems really, really unfair when he headed the ball onto his own arm. And after that, Benzema, a beautiful goal. I can't really deny the quality of the penalty. But it didn't feel like, you know, a load of things that we couldn't possibly prevent. That's what's really frustrating about that defensively. But you've got to bear in mind, in the second leg, we could have Walker back. We would have Cancelo back, definitely. Stones, hopefully, it's just a precaution. I don't really know there. But we expected there to be some defensive mistakes now. We expected that, man. We did. So I can't be disappointed that it actually happened, you know? I can't pretend that I'm surprised by Madrid scoring a few goals. I can't, given the circumstances, given the context of this game. But I am happy that we scored 4. And I am happy that we won. We will miss chances. Of course, we could have killed the game. Of course, we could have. But it isn't easy to do that. And it isn't. We can pretend it is, and we can act like we should have beaten 5-0. But that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Once again, the players worked really hard, and we've just been involved in an all-time great Champions League game and won 4-3. We go into this game at Madrid as favourites, in my personal opinion. We go into there in a better shape, and once the emotions taken from the game, once we've all calmed down and forgot about the chances that we missed, we realise we go into the Bernabeu with a team very capable of winning there, as we've proven before, a goal up. That will matter. Likely going to head into that game with a stronger team than the one that played this as well. You have to remember these things, because all you're feeling right now are emotions, and I get that because I feel them too, but these aren't a logical assessment of where Man City are in this tie. The most accurate assessment of this tie going into the next game is that City are winning and leading, and we've taken essentially a lead into this next game and show Madrid that we can create chance after chance after chance against them, and we will score again at the Bernabeu. I'm almost certain we will score again, because they can't defend that well, and they will push, and you've got to consider the fact that they will push because they'll be expected to, and because that will make the game more open. And it's going to be open. We are going to score a couple of goals probably, almost certainly, because as good as they are going forward, we are very good going forward too, and as wasteful as we are, if it's a very open game, we are still going to score 2 goals probably. So you have to remember that. And defensively, hopefully we'll be better. Hopefully we'll nullify them a little bit more. Hopefully we'll stop their incredible wing play and we'll be a little bit more solid. But once again, man, just think how far we've come as a club. I know it's frustrating that we haven't killed the tie, but football, sometimes you just got to ride that storm and just enjoy the chaos, because football does these crazy things. Football loves a narrative, and Real Madrid, whether you like it or not, they are part of Champions League royalty, and that absolutely seeps through their veins. They know that as a club, they know that as players, and when you've got that pedigree, it's why you win games, or why you find way back into games. You do, and even though Real Madrid aren't the Real Madrid of a few years ago, that still is part of who they are, hence why they turned it around against Chelsea, hence why this tie isn't over, because football does that, man. It does. Football is very much about what's between the ears. And even though, once again, they are not the Real Madrid of old, they still have that inbuilt belief. They still have those moments of quality, and they do make a difference. We can pretend they don't, but they do. But ultimately, all things said, after that, City still won the game, and City was still the better side, and if that isn't a reason to feel confident, I don't really know what is. If we're as wasteful at the Bernabeu and still win, I won't care. I still think Man City are favourites to get to the Champions League final, and when you've got to look at the players individually, I mean, Bernardo everywhere, and a wonderful finish, a phenomenal finish. Phil Foden could have had maybe a hat-trick, but he scored his goal, and he worked and worked and worked as always. Jesus with another big goal, another big game for him, and he was fantastic all night until he came off. De Bruyne, I'm so bored of people telling me that he doesn't have iconic moments. De Bruyne, once again, just phenomenal, because he is phenomenal. He is brilliant, you know. Mahrez with a wonderful assist, probably could have scored, probably should have scored as well. Overall, City were just very, very good, though there were some deficiencies, but the deficiencies didn't outweigh, in my opinion, the positives. I really, really stand by that opinion. I'm not trying to be positive for the sake of it. I'm just stepping back and going, this team is ahead, that team is behind. And once the emotions have died down, and once we got to the Bernabeu, that is the only thing that matters. And City will learn from this. And hopefully Real Madrid don't. Hopefully they see this as a win. If Real Madrid see this as a win, they are fucked. Because that is not a win. I'm sorry. If they come from this feeling happy, they just lost the game. Let them feel like this was a good thing tonight. Because that was chaos. And if they do that again, we're probably going to win at the Bernabeu as well. So let them feel that way. Just enjoy the moment, man. This is where we want to be as football fans. We want to be playing these games. We are in the semi-final of the Champions League after reaching the final last year. Top of the league currently. And we just beat Real Madrid 4-3 in one of the best games of football I've seen in an awful long time. If you can't enjoy that, what is the point? What is the point? I get it, I really do get it, but try and look at it objectively. And I think you'll find that City in a really good position right now. I loved it. I was on the live score watch long tonight. It was great fun. I'm down in a hotel in London, and I really enjoyed that game of football. And I'm a happy man. Obviously, there's a tinge of frustration there, but I'm 70% happy, 30% frustrated, and I'm going to cling on to that happiness because City are damn good football team. And I'm sure Pep's frustrated, but I'll allow him to be that. All I know right now is that deep down, Pep will be slightly relieved that City go into this next game with a lead. If it was 1-0, no one would complain. That's the crazy thing. I think it's because it was 4-3. I generally think it's that. 1-0, everyone's happy. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Big love to all of you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this. Give this video a big old like. Hit that subscribe button if you support this kind of content. Big love to the patrons and the members. Oh, I'm exhausted. I love you, City.